What's going on, everyone? We're back with another episode of reviewing RC cars on Marketplace. This is where we compare new prices to used prices. Let's check it out. All right, first up we have a Tamiya TT02 kit with a SkyRC 65 watt 6 amp charger, a Gens Ace bashing battery 5200 milliamp, and a FlySky radio G2, something like that. Let's take a look and see what we compare this to. Now, he's got some upgrades here, so that is something notable. Oil-filled shocks, oil-filled rear diff, aluminum drive shaft, full ball bearings, upgraded rear hubs, high-speed gear set, aluminum steering arms, so the bell crank, and then a motor heatsink with cooling fan. Now, this person is asking for roughly $473 USD or $650 Canadian. I think we can do a lot better than that. There's a TT02 that you could pick up that has all the bearings, oil-filled shocks, and everything. Let's check it out. I've got a cart loaded up here on AMain, and it includes pretty much everything this person is offering. I would argue a better kit, actually. The Tamiya TT02R. The R comes with bearings, oil-filled shocks, the alloy center drive shaft, comes with alloy turnbuckles, it comes with some alloy nuts, it comes with really nice wheels. Now, I know this car the person is offering comes with essentially the rally tires and wheels, but for $152 USD, the TT02R is an excellent deal. You can add a body onto that, and then we've got the high-tech charger. We've got the same battery and the same radio. So yes, we are missing some of the other upgrades, but I would argue the TT02R is a better kit. And on a comparable Canadian website, you can get the car for about $220.
Now the car is out of stock here. The card is $390 plus the car, which I cannot add a card, at $220, brings it to about $610. So you can definitely buy a new kit for the cost of this person's ad on Marketplace. Now, there are no pictures of the shocks, so we don't really know if they are the oil-filled shocks. But yeah, this looks like a basic TT02 with a little bit of upgrades. Those other Anno Blue upgrades, you can buy that stuff for roughly $20, and the TT02R comes with a lot of it. So yeah, let's check out the next ad. Next up, we have an RC four-wheel drive Trailfinder 2. This person is asking roughly $508 USD for a used one, and that's $700 Canadian. Judging by the picture, pretty old build, Spectrum radio, an older one, and not many listings of improvements here. They're saying they have improvements, but there's no list of them. You have to message and talk to the person to figure out what they've done. But upon looking at the pictures, I just see a bunch of scale detailing. There isn't much in terms of electronics that have changed. It's very basic electronics, and yeah, so let's take a look at what we can get brand new. Over on the RC four-wheel drive website, you can buy the Marlin RTR with the Mojave body, and it is $500 USD. Now, the radio that the person's offering may be a little better than an RTR radio. There is that, and they are offering, I believe, a charger and a battery. Are they worth much? How old are they? What are they? Nothing is in the pictures. Nothing is in the description. So $500, you can get yourself a brand new one. Do your own scale detailing, which is part of the hobby. So let's check a Canadian site, see what we got. And there we have it, $685. So pretty interesting. This person's going to have trouble selling this. They're holding on to the work that they did to it, maybe the tax money. And yeah, got to move on. Got to get rid of those old things and start fresh. Just because you worked on it doesn't mean that it's worth a whole bunch extra, and unfortunately you lose your tax money. That's just how it goes. All right, we've got an RMX drift car, the RMX 2.5 RTR, the E30 body. So this guy, they're asking for $650 Canadian, which is roughly $473 USD. And they're saying they upgraded the radio, and it comes with a battery and charger. So no pictures of the radio. We're not really sure. Probably a FlySky or something like that. Maybe around $75. And the charger and the battery, let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. Now the RTR is $399 over at AMain, so that's pretty good. Got a little bit of room to play around with in terms of battery and everything. Let's add it all to cart. Now, when you add everything to cart, it comes to about $534. I've added a FlySky GT2 radio, so maybe that's what they have in there. I'm assuming they don't have anything too crazy in there. Would they spend over $200 on a radio if they bought that RTR? Probably not. So yeah, it looks like $534, which is roughly about $730 Canadian. So you're getting about $100 off on this kit. It is kind of close, but this listing has been up for a year. So interesting. You're definitely going to have to lowball to get this one. Now let's check out a Canadian site just to have a comparison. And at one of the premium drift shops in Canada, $585 for the car. So that's interesting. Now we add the kit and the charger to cart. We're at about $650. Call it $100 for a radio and maybe $40 to $50 for a battery, and you're at about $800, $775 to $800, let's call it. So this person's offering roughly $100 to $150 off. Compared to new, I don't know, it's still not worth it. You're definitely going to have to lowball them to get this. Their ad's been up for a year, and that is why. They're not listing the electronics. They're not telling you what the upgrades are. So yeah, let's check out the next one. Now we've got a Red Cat Ascent 18, specifically the pink one. Now they are asking $175 Canadian, which is $127 USD. So this is interesting. They're also stating that you can have it for $200 with the Enduro wheels and tires. So we could look at this as $175 for a box stock used Ascent 18, and on A-Main it is $120 new. So asking for more for a used one and then trying to get a lot more for the wheels and tires. Enduro wheels and tires really are worth, you know, what, $30, $40? Maybe 50 at most. You can get a good set. So interesting. And let's check out a Canadian site. It looks like it's around $190. So you're saving a whole whopping $15. Yeah, interesting. You definitely have to lowball again. Lowball is the way of marketplace, unfortunately, especially with RC cars. Well, that's it for another round of reviewing ads on Marketplace. Makes you think about the stuff you have kicking around and what you're listing it for, how you're listing it, and you know, the psychology of selling used things. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, folks, see you in the next video. Peace.